What's going on, people? I would like to welcome all of you to another Q11 edition of the Talk to Q radio show. My name is Quincy, and this is my show. And with the Q11s, what I like to do is interview people to expose my audience to new things. I talk to authors, entrepreneurs, entertainers, counselors, other podcasters, and sometimes just your everyday person who just has something to say about a particular topic. So it's an opportunity for you to get to know these people up and close and learn their story. What sparked the passion to choose a certain career, or what inspired them to write that book, or why is this person so opinionated about a particular topic? So just sit back and enjoy the show, and please be encouraged to share. A lot of my guests, much like myself, kind of do their thing by word of mouth. So the more that you share, like, or comment on a social media post, then the more you can help me grow the show. And it also gives more support to the people that I bring on the show who are looking to get their services, products, and talents out to the masses. So without further ado, let's get to the interview. Life in the ATL. Is it real? Is it fake? What better city to discuss on April Fool's Day than Atlanta, Georgia? I'm just messing around. All right, all jokes aside, the ATL gets a bad rap for being a city filled with fake vibes, people trying to be something they're not, a land of unfulfilled dreams. But I mean, is that really the case, or that's just people from the outside looking in talking? Does Atlanta get a bad rap when it comes to how the outside world views it? I got someone joining me from the ATL, and she's not a stranger to the show. She made her first appearance back on episode 865. Residing in the Peach State of Georgia, please welcome Miss Valesia Rose to this Q11 edition of the Talk to Q radio show.
Hey, how you doing?
Valesia, what's happening?
Not much. How you doing?
I am doing well.
Nice to see you again.
Good to see you too. And the last time we did the show, there was no video, so this is the
we have video now.
Yeah. See, I'm moving up in the world.
Moving up in the world. I know.
Like the Jeffersons.
That's what we want, right?
Exactly.
Hey.
All right. So
Wow.
You're not originally from the ATL. So how long have you lived there?
I've been here for about 3 years. I'm originally from Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi. So I've been here about 3 years.
Okay. So what was the transition like going from Jackson, where you were raised, to Atlanta? I mean, did you fit in immediately, or did you have to adapt to the pace there?
It's very different. It's extremely busy here. The traffic is very busy. A lot of people that live here are actually not from here. So you're meeting people from all areas. A lot of people are from New York. A lot of people are from Cali. So you literally are meeting a different type of person. And it's fast. It's extremely fast here, if you ask me. So I wouldn't say that I'm still 100% adjusted to city life. I mean, I'm not living directly in Atlanta. I'm on the outskirts, but I've had my fun here, of course. And if I want to go have fun, I go to Atlanta. And I mean, and it's busy. I mean, it is a culture shock, though. I was not used to seeing so many different type cultures and races, and even there's so much more food. It's not just Southern food; it's all Jamaican. Oh my God, I can't even think. Jerusalem. There's so much there's so many different food places. There's so many different clubs. They're so different. Everything is just so different. You literally have access to everything. It's not just your regular black and white that we're used to in Mississippi. Also, I think even with like interracial dating, I've seen more of that than I've ever seen here than I've seen back home. So it's different. It's very different. I can't really just say that. I like it though, even though I like it. I don't like the traffic. I don't think anybody likes the traffic. I mean, the traffic is horrible.
Yeah.
And I've been in 2 accidents since I've been here, and they were not my fault. In the first accident, my car got totaled. So I was like, wow. I mean, the traffic is just horrible. So it's best to actually stay within your job, in your home. I mean, for travel purposes, it's best to get everything within the same vicinity. If not, you're just going to hate it unless you just get used to it. How? I don't know, because I didn't.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that people are from all other places. And so, I mean, I guess that's why you have that melting pot in Atlanta, but it seems like the place people go, whether to fulfill their dreams and things of that nature. And we'll get to some of that, but I want to start about the with the social scene,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because we've seen nightlife in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I visited the city myself at
Mm-hmm.
least what 5 or 6 times in the last 20 years, and the nightlife life is a scene. The money people spend just to go out is amazing, and well, at least everybody looks like they paid
Yes,
a lot
it
of
is.
money.
I mean, you can
But
pay like $100 on a slow night to go to a bar or to get in the club. I
mm-mm.
mean, it's
I mean, so every guy wants to be a player, you know, every woman wants to be a star. So what's the dating scene like in the ATL? I mean, like for example, I don't know your status right now, but I'm assuming you at some point, if you're not now, you were single in the ATL.
I was single the last time. I'm still single.
Okay, all right.
The dating life, it sucks, basically, if you ask me. The truth of it being more men than women, that's true. I mean, it's true. Um, Dating life is, and honestly, in between the last time that we talked and now, I wasn't even considering dating. Like, I wanted to be single for a certain amount of time. Like, I was celibate. I didn't really care about dating or trying to meet anybody. Right now, I'm not trying to rush into a relationship either, but it's hard to actually meet somebody that you're actually on the same vibe with. I mean, there's a lot of married people. There's a lot of,
I ask you, I mean,
it's,
are you meeting a bunch of Derek Jacksons out there?
I mean, I've met a couple of married guys, yes, that were married and didn't care that they were married. I mean, I've met people that are of heterosexual relationships, and they wanted somebody to join in on with that. So I mean, I've met girls that like girls. I'm not attracted to girls, so I'm not offended. I don't care like who you like, but I don't like women. I mean, so I've met several different types of people, and different colors too: white, Indian, black, Mexican. It doesn't matter. Um, and I wouldn't say that everybody that I met, it was something going on with them. It's just it
Mhm.
wasn't a vibe or any type of energy there that would have led to something that I would have wanted over a relationship or pursued it in a certain amount of time. And if I did, it didn't work out for whatever reason. Um,
Okay, so you're saying you've met some decent people, but maybe they just weren't for you.
I've met some decent people that weren't for me. I've met some
Yeah.
people that were definitely not for me. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that some of the men are okay with having multiple women and expect to have multiple women because some women, frankly, just deal with it. But I mean, I would say that that's anywhere in the United States, but
Probably.
I do think that the male shortage is a shortage of males here. So I think that at some point, maybe it's tolerated a little bit more, in my opinion. Um,
Okay.
and I would say that some of the men, of course, not all men cheat, you know. I will say that some men that are very successful, um, if you don't agree to their terms, they're like, whatever, because they can go on to the next person
Right.
and not care. You know what I'm
They're
saying?
calling the shots.
Pretty much. So, but hey, I don't think everyone is like that. You know, sometimes it's just not meant for you to meet that person you're supposed to meet. Everybody comes around for a reason or a season or a lesson. So, um,
I don't know. I've heard there are a lot of lessons out there in Atlanta. I mean, the city gets a bad rap for having a lot of
homosexuality, yeah,
huh? I
a lot
mean,
of gay men. Is that what you're about to say?
no, I was going to say the city gets a bad rap for having a lot of fake people. You know, because like when I think of reality TV, the first city that comes to mind is Atlanta. You know, people who portraying themselves in a certain light, trying to act better than what they are, and things of that nature. I mean, you know, does the city get a bad rap, or do you have your share of fake people?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like every city has a share of fake people. Of course, Atlanta has fake people. I mean, but there's Atlanta is also, in my opinion, it is one of the best cities, if not the best city for Black entrepreneurship. If you move, there's no reason why you can't make it here, in my opinion. If you don't make it here, you just don't want to make it. It's about you putting the time in the work. I'm serious. It's about you putting the time in the work. And I'm not even talking about, you don't have to just get rich. I'm saying to actually live a life, be happy, and afford your life and be comfortable. You can get that here if you strive to get it. Because it's jobs out here everywhere. Like there's no reason not to get that at all. But do I think that some people are flexing on the gram with all these labels and then sleeping on their homeboys or their homegirls couch? Of course I do. All the time. Do I think it's scammers all over the place? Yes, of course I do. I know it is. But I would not say that it's not a good city to come to and get it together.
Okay. Now, because of the shortage of men, are the women super competitive there?
I mean, the women that I've been around, no. Not that I can, I can only speak for the women I've been around. I mean, I would say no, in my opinion, but that's only the people that I've met since I've been here. I honestly can't really speak for the majority that I can even think about because I haven't even been in those type of situations. Everybody that I met was always pleasant, or if we discussed certain things, they were willing to help. So I can't really just answer that question probably the way I need to because I haven't really been exposed to too many people that I was able to discuss something with. But let me say this. When I was promoting OnlyFans, I met a lot of people in a group, and some of the women were from Atlanta, and they reached out to me to get additional information about doing OnlyFans and the promotion of it. All of them seemed really nice to me. So, I mean, but then again, it's you as a person and your personality and I'm a firm believer in what you give out is what you receive. So.
All right. And now this is a sensitive topic, but I gotta address it. Okay. Another thing people say that adds to the illusion of Atlanta is who is actually a man and who is actually a woman. Okay, this ties into the dating scene. Okay. Is that something that is overblown, or does it really happen often that people are catfished by people who aren't maybe forthcoming about their sexual identities?
I think it's overblown. To be honest with you, I also think the homosexuality thing is overblown. When I first moved here, before I moved here, I was like, oh, when I moved to Atlanta, one of my friends was like, well, you're single now, but when you get to Atlanta, you're really going to be single. Good luck with finding a husband, everybody gay. I was like, okay. And when I first lived here, when I first got here, the first year I was dealing with someone, so I wasn't really just trying to meet anybody, but after maybe like the second year, just mingling.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the case. I mean, I mean, of course, everybody, it's all over the world. Like you can't run from people are who they are. They're going to love who they are. They're going to be who they want to be. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. Whoever a person loves has absolutely nothing to do with me. My advice to anyone on this earth is to live your life unapologetically and happy. Just be honest. Be honest. That's all. I just think you should be honest. I don't think you should take away a person's decision. If you were originally born a male and you're transgender and you're a woman, let the person know ahead of time. Because some people are crazy. You don't want them to hurt you because you're not honest. But me personally, I don't see it like that. I don't really. Okay. I don't really think it's like that. And I thought, honestly, I was a part of that stereotype. I was
and that's the thing. That's what I really wanted to get into because, it's people on the outside that have all the opinions about Atlanta, and you've been on the outside and now you're there. And so that's why I'm like, well, let me ask someone who actually lived the life and knows what it's like, because, people on the outside are going, hey, it's a topic conversation. A lot of folks get a kick out of saying people in Atlanta are bougie or whatever it is they're going to say about it. But, I'm trying to find out the real. Now, I know fashion. I know fashion is a big deal there. Swag appeal. You got to have some swag in the ATL. And it's a very trendy city. And it seems to get new fashions and trends quicker than most places in the South. As an ATL native now, do you feel pressure to keep up with the newest trends as they arrive?
Not at all. That's one thing I have not I'm not like, I'm from Mississippi. I don't care about Gucci, Louis, Prada. Like, I could care less about any of that, but that's just me. But you see it everywhere you go. Like, people
Mm-hmm.
love it. And there's nothing wrong with that. For me, I like home decorating. I like food. So I like spending money on things that I can put in my house,
Mm-hmm.
eating, traveling, vacation. That's my thing. But it's a lot of people based it on labels. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes. But I've never felt pressured that I felt like I had to go pay $2,300 for a bag or a shoe or some jeans just to fit in. I mean, me mentally, I'm thinking I could do so much money with $2,300. I could put that in a business. I could make some money. I could flip it. So that's where my mindset is. But everybody doesn't have the same mindset as me, and I respect it. You work, buy you what you want. So if you want to be Prada down and all of this other kind of stuff, go for it. It's just not something I've ever been interested in. I would rather take like the Birkin thing. Don't buy me a Birkin, baby. Give me the money and let me invest in a business, and I can make money. You see what I'm saying? That's my thought process.
Okay.
I mean,
All
but
right.
things are here, honey.
I believe it because fashion appears to be a primary focus for a lot of people in the ATL. So,
it's
and like I
very
said,
different from Mississippi. Like, I'm not saying that in Mississippi we don't wear labels, but I don't think we care as much. What do you think? I don't think we care about all that.
Now, off the top of my head, I can think of 2 or 3 people that I know who love the name brand things. But I don't know if all of them are from Mississippi, to be honest with you. So
my best friend does. I mean, she's from Detroit, so she's not from Mississippi though. So I don't really know anybody originally from there that that's just used to or caught up in. Like,
and for people who are not from Mississippi, I'm not saying that we're wearing overalls and
right,
and pony sneakers or anything like that. I mean, there is a fashion trend here. It's just not as in your face like in the ATL. Like in the ATL, if you're not wearing, a certain name brand or something, I don't even know if they'll let you in the club or not.
Right. If you pull up on a girl and she see you in the Honda Accord, she might not even want to talk to you.
Exactly. So I know.
You know what I'm saying? God forbid you got your little hoopty or old model car. She may want you to pull up in a Benz or a Maserati or something. I mean, I get it, but you can wear nice clothes and it does not have to be designer. So I don't feel like clothes make a person, but I think that some people here might think it does, or they may pay attention to, what you wear. But I mean, it's a totally different vibe. It's like a mini New York or like a mini Cali. It's just not as expensive. To me, it's like a mini New York, but it's just not as expensive. Okay. That's how I pretty much see it.
All right. All right. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back to talk about things on the entrepreneurial side.
Okay.
Hey babes, it's Keisha, CEO of Beyond Pretty Collection, where we provide simple, chic, trendy, and affordable accessories. All of our pieces will turn heads in any room you walk in. We offer a wide variety of jewelry and some apparel. Please be sure to subscribe to our site at www.beyondprettycollection.com and follow us on Instagram at beyond_pretty_collection and Facebook at Beyond Pretty Collection.
All right, we're back, and I am on with Valesia Rose from the ATL, talking about life in the ATL. And Atlanta probably has more entrepreneurs than registered voters. I mean, their own thing.
We went out to vote this year, baby. We did. Hey, we trying to say.
That's true.
So give us our props now.
The country is proud of you all. They are so proud of you all.
Sure did.
But I mean, it's like the city people from here, from Mississippi, Alabama, or South Carolina, some of the surrounding places, they want to go to Atlanta to make it big. Because like you said earlier, if you work hard, the money's there for you. It appears to be a city filled with opportunities for minorities. So do you agree with that, or is that just an illusion? I mean, I know you mentioned it earlier, but is Atlanta really the type of city where people can go to make it as opposed to some of the surrounding states?
I feel like you can make it anywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. If you are 100% determined and you do what it takes to meet your goals, you can be in, I don't care if you're in Delo, Mississippi, you're going to make it. And I will always believe that. I'm just a firm believer in that. If you put your mind to it and you stick to it and you meet your goals and you strive to meet your goals and you put your best into it, I think it can work from anywhere. I don't care where you are. Do I feel like some people maybe have came here and maybe gotten a bigger come up than they could have gotten in maybe Alabama, South Carolina? Highly
David
possible.
Banner.
Highly possible.
I'm sorry. I said David Banner. I was being funny. David Banner used to ball out in the clubs here back in the 90s, and he couldn't get enough love. He went to Atlanta. He blew up.
One thing about Atlanta, they support their artists. They do. They support their artists. They do. Can't take it from you. They support their artists.
I think that's cool. And you have certain cities that do that. You know, New Orleans is like that. Memphis, Houston, those type of southern cities are real big in supporting their own. So I think Atlanta definitely does a great job of supporting their people. Even though no one's from there, they still have pride in the people who live there and perform there and represent. Right. And so this is slightly off topic from the entrepreneur thing, but it is business related. How do people avoid getting fired for being tardy in Atlanta? Because, I mean, traffic is always a mess. There's no way people are getting to work on time every day. Are there like special rules that they have that allow people to account for traffic?
I think it depends on the job as far as if they're lenient or not. When I actually first moved here, I lived in Cobb County. And I ended up taking a job in Gwinnett County. And due to the traffic, it would take me like an hour and 30 minutes sometimes to get to work. Sometimes I would still be late. My manager was understanding. I eventually was like, look, it's either I'm moving to Gwinnett County or I'm quitting this job, because by the time I would get to work, I would just be over it. My entire day will be ruined because of traffic, like literally. So I was like, you know what, I can't do this. But I think it depends on your job. Right now, I work from home. I've worked from home for over a year since COVID. So, hey, I haven't had any problems with traffic, and I've actually moved a little further out. I lived 15 minutes away from my job, and now I'm probably about 30 minutes away. But I think it depends on the employer. A lot of companies, though, they will ask you where you live, and depending on how far you live, they may not hire you. Because when I was actually looking to find jobs here, I had to actually use a Georgia address to actually get the job. So I think they take that into consideration when you're hiring for the job, because they know how bad the traffic is. So
yeah, the last time I went, I went there on business, and I was supposed to be meeting some coworkers downtown at a little spot. I don't remember the name of it, but we were like, okay, we're going to meet at 7:30. So I'm like, all right, cool. I look at my GPS. I'm like 8 miles away or 10 miles away, you know, pretty close. And they say leave at 6:45. I'm like, what? To go what should be a 10-minute drive here, you know, where I live. But I'd be doggone if I didn't get there like 7:25. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Do you recall where you were though?
Nah, not exactly.
You recall where you were? Yeah.
No.
Because I stay on the outskirts now, I'm prepared to for me to get to Atlanta, it's at least 30 to 45 minutes. But I'm so used to it that it doesn't even bother me at this point. Okay. Some people that live, like the people that like, but see, I'm in the outskirts because I'm from Mississippi. I'm used to, Jackson isn't country, but I lived in Byron, which was county. Yeah. So I'm not used to like busy all the time. So myself personally, I don't want to live in the city of Atlanta because it's too busy. So for me, it's best that I live on the outskirts because I like not being like right there. And I like not being like right beside somebody, like right here. So I'm mentally prepared at this point that, hey, it may take me about 30 to 45 minutes, but I don't try to go to the city through the week. I only do it on the weekends because I know I'm going to get irritated. So I don't try to do it through the week.
And that's a life I just can't have. I like being able to get anywhere I want to in 20 minutes or less. And Oh boy.
You don't want to live in the city of Atlanta then.
No.
You don't.
And all right, so as far as the
Mhm.
entrepreneur thing, you've gone the entrepreneur route yourself.
Mhm.
You model, you do your thing over at OnlyFans. At one point, people thought that OnlyFans was like an adult website, but we know now that's not the case. They
Mhm.
have chefs, authors, yoga instructors, anything
Mhm.
you can think of there. Overall, how has your experience been for you, as a model?
I think I've had an overall great experience. I've been able to actually do something on my own that I enjoy, um, and make money from it. You know what I'm saying? Just extra because, like, I decided to do it around, I think, quarantine because I was like, you know what? It was a joke. Remember, I told you it was a joke, something me and my
Hmm.
friend discussed. And I never ever imagined that I would have been able to bring in the revenue that I did at that time. But overall, I can say it's been a great experience. Um, I'm still doing it. I haven't been promoting as much because my primary job has been taking a lot out of me. So I haven't been promoting like I should, but I actually do want to do like a relaunch, maybe like in June or July. Change a couple of things up on the site. I'm still doing it. I'm just not on it 24/7 like I
Yeah.
used to be, like all day, every day, in my spare time. I took a little break, not a complete break, because I still have subscribers and I still want to try to get their interest and, you know, provide them with some type of content, considering that they're, my fans, and
Yeah.
they are, it's a service. It's a service to them. So I want them to get what they pay for, basically. But I've enjoyed it. I would have never thought it was something that I would have done initially because I may not seem like it, but I'm kind of shy. But to do it myself and to have complete control over it, it's pretty dope. Like I like it. I was
Well,
also able to, meet a couple of other people while doing it, doing some promotions on it at a couple other podcasts.
mhm.
A lot of people did reach out to me. They were actually interested in it. Like a lot of people were thinking like bad things about it, but because I promoted it so much, they reached out to me and was like, well, so we can do this or we can do that. And I met a lot of people, and explained it to them and gave them some type of pros and cons and things that I feel like would help them in actually starting the platform themselves and creating their own site and allowing them to get some income as well. So
Okay. So what have the subscribers been like? I mean, everyone pretty friendly, pretty complimentary. I mean, has it been a pleasant experience as far as they're concerned?
every last one of my subscribers have been friendly and complimentary. I have a zero tolerance for ignorance. So
Okay.
um,
So no DMs from Deshaun Watson or anything, right?
I think he's innocent. I'm sorry.
That's a
I mean,
topic for another day. I'm just picking on him. I
that's a
like
whole other
Deshaun Watson.
story. Yeah, I think like 18 more women came forward and said he didn't do anything, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah,
But I
that
mean,
guy's going through it.
I've had some weird requests, of course, but it's up to me to decide if I want to do it or not. And I don't want to say, let me take that back. I don't want to even say weird because I feel like all of us have our own fetishes and own things that we like. Okay. So let me take that back. But I've had some things that I definitely did not do because I did not agree with them.
Yeah.
I've had some people try to meet up and things like that. I'm not, yeah, that kind of made me feel uncomfortable a little.
Yeah.
I
That's
mean,
gonna happen.
yeah, but after I
Yeah.
explained to them, hey, that's not what's going on here, they understood. But I haven't just had anybody that's just been extremely rude. No.
Oh,
Um,
that's cool.
no, I have not. But
I
I've had
mean,
people when I've done my promotion, like on Instagram or Snapchat or Facebook, I've had some really rude men in my inbox, saying things. Um, they think you're promiscuous and just all kind of stuff. So, and I'm thinking to myself, like, even when I first launched this, I was like celibate, like for like a whole year and something. And my thing is, it's amazing how people judge you, preconceived notions about things they don't even know. But I feel like that comes with the territory. I have thick skin, so at this point, I can.
yeah. Yeah, people are going to have their, like you said, preconceived notions, which is, why people think the way they think about the city of Atlanta.
They
They
are.
just go off of what people are talking about and go from there. But is this something, the OnlyFans thing, that's something you can see yourself doing long term, or is it something you really just say, you know what, I'm gonna give it a shot for a little bit, move on, do something else?
Honestly, it was like, hey, I'm just playing. I was just playing. It was just a joke. Like, it was nothing I was ever supposed to take seriously. If I would have made as much income as I made in the first month, I would have never done it again. At this point, I don't feel like it's something I'm going to do forever. I'll probably give it 1 more year, 1 to 2 more years. I'm done with it. But I would love to still teach other people to use it and teach other people how to do marketing for things. And I would love to teach them and just get a percentage of what they make. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I could do that forever. Yeah, I would love to teach somebody marketing skills, how to promote, how to make money, how to come up with little slogans, how to use the page, train them on the page. I would love to do that. But they would have to agree to, give me a percentage. But
Absolutely.
I don't foresee me doing it forever. Like, it wasn't like a passion of mine. It was just something that I was bored at home. I was like, I had extra time on my hands and I was like, why not go for it? And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed taking the pictures. I enjoyed some of the attention. I'm just going to be honest with you, especially quarantining. It's not like I'm just getting out, meeting anybody. But I also enjoy talking to people. You know what I'm saying? Having conversations with adults. We haven't just been out. I just really started getting out. Like, the first year, I wasn't really going anywhere. Like, and I don't just go out now, but I'm out more than I was going out. So overall, I think it's been a great experience for me. It's also been a learning experience, about as far as people, and everybody is entitled to their own opinion. I mean, I have never met so many rude individuals via social media in my life, but I mean, like I said, I have a tough skin and everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm a firm believer in that. So, but my thing is, I feel like educate people. Some people just don't know. Educate. Yeah. And if after you educate them and they still feel the same way, hey, you did what you were supposed to do. So.
Absolutely. All right. I mean, but you never know, though, because when I started this whole talk show thing, I just did it just to cross it off my bucket list and say, hey, I did a talk show. And now this is episode number 926, 10 years later. So you never know. You might be in the game for a minute.
I might. And my son, he likes your podcast. So and I listen too. I mean, your voice is soothing for one, and your topics are always interesting.
Well, thank you. See, you're trying to get me to blush. I'm not going to blush on the air.
I'm not, but
I appreciate that. What's your son's name? What's his
name is Jaden. My oldest son.
All right. Shout out to Jaden. I appreciate you listening, bro. Shoot me an email at talktocue@gmail.com. I'll bring you on as a guest one day.
Hey, that's what's up right there.
All right.
I'm not saying no. I'm not against it. I just never saw long-term longevity, not a 10-year thing. Maybe a 3 to 5 year thing, but not a 10-year thing. But like you said, things change. I would just like to teach other people. My thing is, a lot of people were going through it in quarantine. They were like losing their jobs and it was so much stuff going on. And I just felt like at the time, take advantage of this opportunity to make you some money, and I have no problems helping someone or teaching them something that's going to help them in the long run. So ultimately, my goal is I would have just wanted to continue to help train people how to use it and to their advantage, as opposed to thinking so negative about it.
Yeah.
That's what was the overall mindset of the total reason for doing it after I started doing it.
Okay. All right. So I'll get you out of here on this question. We've discussed the social scene in the ATL. We discussed entrepreneurship, fashion. So all in all, you've convinced me that the ATL is not what people on the outside say it is. Okay. I have a lot more confidence that it's kind of like any other city, just a bunch of more people. But having said all that, are you an ATLian for life? Or do you see yourself coming back home one day or maybe moving on somewhere else?
I was actually gonna move to Texas, but because my sister was there, but on a sad note, sorry, my sister ended up passing. So
I'm sorry to hear that.
thank you. So at this point, because the only other place I wanted to go was Texas. Maybe Cali, but Cali is just too expensive and it's like way across the side of the world from where I am now. I don't know if I want to deal with all that moving. I would have to probably buy brand new stuff. I'm not driving all this stuff out there.
I heard that.
Now that she's passed on, I don't want to do Texas anymore. So I'm going to stay here. I don't want to leave, actually. I don't want to move back home, but I don't want to never say never. But right now, I've decided to stay here. I like it here. I do. I like it here. I like my job. I like the ability there's always something to do if I want to do it. I like that it's different cultures here. It's been really nice and interesting learning about other people and seeing other people besides Black and white people. You know what I'm saying? It's very interesting. So I like it. I like it here. So I don't want to move.
Good. That's cool. That's cool. I'm glad that you like it.
This area. I wasn't sure at first because I didn't buy a house, and I'm in the process of trying to buy one now. It took me 3 years to realize, hey, I'm really gonna stay here. So
okay. You'll make Outcast proud. They'll be proud to hear that.
And hey, Southwest is open back up home, so I can take flights all the time now. They're open back up to fly from Atlanta to Jackson starting June. I'm already ready. Starting as much as I want. Yeah.
I heard that.
Still miss home. My sisters are there. My friends are there. I mean, there's nothing like home, at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I do want to still reside here.
All right. Yeah. That's cool. Where the money resides.
Where the money resides, where the money resides. I'm telling you. Yes, indeed. I do.
All right. So where can people find you online? How can they connect with Valesia Rose?
Okay, you can connect with Valesia Rose via Valesia Rose on Instagram, on Facebook. Also, onlyfans.valesiarose.com is the link to my OnlyFans site. If you're interested in that, give it a look. That's where they can reach me. Or via email at valesiarose@yahoo.com.
Okay.
So if you're interested in OnlyFans, signing up, wanting to add my page, or just wanting some information on how to set up their own page, feel free to reach out.
Definitely. That's what they should do. I mean, like you said, it's not necessarily for people who are looking to subscribe. Maybe they do need help, and you can give them that counseling that they need for a percentage, of course. Nothing's free.
Exactly.
And get them started on their own entrepreneur journey. So that's cool that you're willing to kind of help give back and help others get on board with that. And so, and I appreciate you taking the time to join the show again and give your 2 cents about life in Atlanta. If you can hang backstage for me for a minute, I'll go ahead and wrap things up.
Okay.
And oops, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's okay.
You were saying?
I didn't say anything. I was like, yeah, sure, I can hang out. I love hanging out with you. You're a great person to talk to. I enjoy all of our interviews. So.
All right. Well, thanks. I appreciate that. All right. So, all right, everyone. That's going to do it for this Q1 edition of the Talk to Q radio show. Be sure to follow me on Facebook at Talk to Q, and that's Talk, the number 2, Q. You can go to my website at talktoq.com to see a calendar of upcoming shows. And everyone have a good day. And that's going to do it for me, Valesia Rose. Peace out.